We're going to do something we haven't done in a while. We're probably going to keep this fairly brief, but we're going to talk a little bit about the WWE.
Wrestling. It's been a while because I didn't want to watch the whole year, and I really haven't been. But recently, I've been tiptoeing back in to see what's been going on.
I've been dipping back in a little bit. Honestly, I still like NXT, but schedule-wise, Vonnie and I haven't had the time to watch it, so I haven't had as much exposure to what's been going on recently myself. But we're going to talk about how in the shitter WWE is right now.
And that's the name of our topic, by the way.
Yeah, literally on the...
WWE in the shitter.
Literally on the computer screen. It's honestly just a bunch of dudes just crapping their pants in the middle of a ring right now. That's what it is. So... Here's the basic setup to WWE, taking a wild deuce. Going into Survivor Series, it was pretty obvious that the main event was going to be Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. And everyone was expecting a Roman Reigns heel turn. And
really, everyone was expecting that?
Yeah, a lot of people were expecting a Roman Reigns
You want to back
turn.
up and say that, like Seth Rollins is out 6 to 9 months.
So let's put. I'm sorry. Let me back up a little bit. So Seth Rollins, the World Heavyweight Champion, and honestly a fantastic champion
since WrestleMania.
Yep, since WrestleMania,
carrying the company since WrestleMania.
Fantastic on the mic, fantastic in the ring, just a ridiculously good wrestler all around. Like all good wrestlers, was injured and legitimately injured and put out of commission.
Tore his ACL at a house show.
Yep. At a house show of all fucking things. So the belt had to be put on the line because they don't know when he'll be back, and you can't just have a title around the waist of someone who's
6 to 9 months for an ACL, which is typical.
So they vacate the belt, and they decide that they're going to do a tournament to get the belt back. So everyone knows that it's going to be Reigns and Ambrose at the end, and everyone's expecting it to be Reigns doing a heel turn, probably getting the belt, and that would maybe, I'm adding to this now, working an Ambrose-Reigns angle up until maybe WrestleMania. But everyone expected at least Reigns to win, and everyone, I think, was expecting a heel turn. We did end up with Reigns winning. We did not end up with a heel turn. What we did end up with was Sheamus, who I guess everyone just kind of fucking forgot he had won the Money in the Bank. I mean, I'm not making fun of people. I forgot that Sheamus had won Money in the Bank. Runs in the middle of the confetti celebration, throws it after, I believe it was Triple H lays him out.
Triple H basically did the same thing that Daniel Bryan 2 years ago.
Yep, lays him out, and Sheamus runs in, slides the briefcase in, gets the match started, covers him, 1, 2, 3, and in 2015, Sheamus is your fucking world heavyweight champion.
Well, this is not Big Show or Kane.
No, I mean, that's true.
It was questionable to give him the Money in the Bank to begin with because he came back from an injury and basically got it right away.
Yes.
And Sheamus was never a guy that could, I would say he's not a guy that draws. He's not a guy that sells pay-per-views.
No, and I feel like he also works better. I honestly feel like a lot of guys can work better as a face because they get a lot of creative freedom they normally don't. Sheamus does not work well as a heel. He just comes across as entirely insincere. He doesn't work well. He doesn't work well as a face either.
No, he works worse. He's a bully as a face.
But I think he works even worse as a heel.
Well, that's a weird argument we're going to have. But
okay,
either way,
it doesn't matter. He sucks.
He works a decent match. But he's not a draw. He's just not a draw.
He works a carryable match.
He's not a draw.
No,
that's the whole point. But the WWE is not in a good place right now. They had their last Monday, which would be real quick. That would be the 23rd November. Had their worst ratings in forever. It was like 2.9 million.
No fucking kidding.
It was
Tell me more.
They rebounded a little bit this week, but that was also because Monday Night Football had a horrible matchup. So, what do? You're in a spot now where John Cena is away. I think he had an injury. Now he's doing acting stuff, whatever. Randy Orton's gone, acting stuff. He's not there. The old
Brock is out for a bit longer.
They're realizing we got to save him for a Royal Rumble and for WrestleMania. And boy, do they need him working more.
Rollins is gone. Cesaro's injured.
Cesaro is injured for 6 months, shoulder injury. Back when, for the third time, he's getting fan support again. They're not doing anything much with him. Jesus Christ. It's probably better he gets injured. They're not doing anything with him. So he gets injured. So we're talking about a thin roster. Daniel Bryan is not back, cleared by his own doctors for concussion, but WWE does not want him back for some weird reason. So you're looking at 1995 WWE.
Yep.
You're looking at
the dumpster.
You're looking
Where
at
is he?
You're looking at when you go from Diesel having one of the worst championship runs ever for like 10 months. No one cared. No one was watching. And Bret Hart was in the mid card fighting a guy who was a pirate. This is how bad it is right now.
No, it's getting to that point.
It's pretty bad. But this is what happens, again, when you don't take the time to elevate the talent that you have on the roster the past years. This is what happens when you ignore talent like Dolph Ziggler in the past years.
Goddamn love Dolph.
This is what happens when you have a guy who comes in hot like Kevin Owens and don't hotshot the title on someone like him who could actually have carried the belt going forward.
Because he could have done that. Because, so I watched Survivor Series. The best match of Survivor Series was Ziggler versus Breeze. And Breeze, you don't know him. He's from NXT. Mm-hmm. He's fucking fantastic. And him and Ziggler played off each other super well and put on a fantastic match. And Owens has so much support behind him. You're right. They could have slingshotted him right into the title. Right into the title, and no one would have bitched about it.
And it would have been shocking. Because he'd had both Intercontinental and that, and people would have been talking about it, and I would be, wow, this is interesting, because now I don't know what they're doing.
Right, and also, you could have kept, you wouldn't have necessarily had to rewrite all of your story, because you'd still have a heel title holder.
Yes, and then you can still... And the thing about Kevin Owens is that he's not a traditional heel.
No.
He doesn't automatically get along with other heels. He'll say, screw you, I'm Kevin Owens, to the other heels.
No, he basically says, fuck you to everyone. He's kind of a Stone Cold Steve Austin.
In that respect, he is. So then you can have Sheamus come after him, and you get like a tweener thing going, or you can still have him feud with Ryback, who he's been feuding on and off with. So
fucking hate Ryback.
The whole point is that you have a myriad of possibilities with a new guy versus a guy like Sheamus who's been around for a while. 6 years or so at least, has been champion multiple times, but now you have the automatic Roman Reigns rematch, which is boring as hell, and I still don't care. And they're losing. They lost me early in the year, but this is who they've lost.
Yes,
it's fans like me that want to watch, but it's just so terrible.
Well, that's what I wanted to say when I was looking over topics with you earlier, and I didn't say it. I don't want to hate wrestling.
No.
People think that I am this overly negative person. I'm not. I want to love wrestling. I really enjoy professional wrestling, and I want it to be entertaining. And the bigger problem here is with a thin roster, that means they're going to pull people up from NXT way quicker, which is going to dilute the quality of NXT. And they're still not going to fucking do anything with them on the main roster.
Or they could finally use their guys like Bray Wyatt's back to having the Wyatt family. He should have been main eventer a year ago, but they screwed him over so many times with feuds that he constantly lost.
Yeah, but you do realize that at Survivor Series he lost to Undertaker and Demon Kane.
Yeah, that's the whole
because Demon Kane's a fucking thing again.
The whole point is by this point Cesaro, Owens, even you can say it should be main event, being that he beat Cena his first match in. Bray Wyatt, Ziggler should all have been main eventers. And it would be so much refreshing to have the title being fought between those 4 or 5 guys.
Reigns has improved.
Ambrose.
Reigns has improved enough to be up there. So
not for everyone to love him though.
No, but he's improved. I'll give him that. So Reigns, Ambrose, Ziggler, Owens,
Cesaro.
If I'm just talking about people who are actually still able to wrestle.
Okay.
I mean, you can still work a main event angle with... I said Ziggler. You can still work a main event angle with 4 people.
Yeah. Instead, what you have now is... Which it's not bad, but it's still not good. You have this League of Nations thing now that's... it's a new stable. They officially announced on Raw with Sheamus, Rusev, Barrett, and a returning Del Rio... he was the U.S. champ with Zeb Coulter as his manager, which doesn't make any sense, but it's okay, whatever. So they're going to be like the new heel stable. It's okay. It's like the new Authority stable, but they're just the foreign group. I just
don't buy it though because
it doesn't make much sense, but at least it's something different for them to. Instead of, they got to do so much because again, Sheamus by himself isn't interesting, so they had to put guys around him, I guess.
Del Rio is actually much better in the ring than I remember him being.
Oh no, Del Rio was always always good in the ring. He was always crisp.
No, I'm sure he was.
By the way, he's in the best shape of his life. He looks in much better shape too when he's come back.
No, that I will say, he is. He had a fairly decent match I think he opened against Reigns, and he carried that Reigns match at Survivor Series. Because they did the semifinals, and then they did the finals. So,
okay.
Yeah, he was against Reigns.
It's a deadly games! 98 Survivor Series. So, okay, we're going to see what happens. I think once Brock comes back, it'll be more interesting.
God damn it. I'm going to say something, and you can fucking freeze this, okay? I can't wait for Brock Lesnar to come back. Okay, I said it. I fucking said it.
It's that bad that you need Brock.
I still don't like him, but he needs to come back to fucking inject something.
There's nothing
into
there.
This.
It's dead.
Yes.
It's like the winds are coming through.
Yeah.
Even someone, an ex-NXT writer, went on Twitter and did his whole line about what everything's wrong with it. How Vince doesn't understand it, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, he's out of touch. I mean,
well,
he's
70 years old, but even 15 years ago, he was, you can say, out of touch.
Sure.
That he wasn't responsible for the Attitude Era. It sort of just happened around him. But even the NXT writer said that Triple H taking over isn't the answer just because it's still a huge business. That, like, wrestling's part of that huge business where it's everything else involved. And it always bothers me, and it still does. I hate to say it. I don't like on-air characters that are actually running things behind the scenes. It just bothers me.
No, I don't like it either.
It's a conflict of interest, too.
It is. I still think it's better than what we have now.
Sure. If you think Triple H will automatically be better than Vince, I could say, yeah, but it's not going to cure everything.
Automatically better? Yes, but by how much, I think, is what we're
it'll be a smaller degree than I would think people... It wouldn't be NXT on Raw.
We will still get... I think we're going to get better wrestlers wrestling better matches, but the booking is probably still going to be utter shit.
Yeah, it's still going to be a whole team worried about, we got to worry about how much T-shirts Cena's selling, so we can't make him look bad.
Precisely.
All right, we'll see you again. We'll see you again at the Rumble or WrestleMania for our next wrestling update.